Yeah, what up, my people? It's your boy Kim back again, and today I want to talk about the market in general, what's happening. Okay, so clearly, if we look at this weekly trend, we can see that we have been in a very strong. Let me just hide this in a minute. We have been in a very strong downtrend. Okay, so this is a weekly time frame on the Bitcoin USD. All right, so clearly we can see that the direction of bias that we have in the higher time frame is a short. We have been going down for the last this was November 21st. Okay, remember very well, it was November 21st when we started this dump, and we have been dumping ever since. But lately we have seen this reversal that just happened just in the beginning, started on 2nd of January, and we are now starting to rebound. It might look small, but this is a very huge gain for Bitcoin. And if you look at it very well, you can see probably it's a nice how many percentage is that? That's a clean 27% for Bitcoin in just 2 weeks. That's crazy. Okay, 27%. That's a very nice return, but it might look small right now, but as you can see, that's a very huge return when it comes to trading, because we only need 5%. We only need to make 5% a month to become proficient traders. Imagine just 5% a month, yet Bitcoin just is up 27% in the last 2 weeks. Okay, so we start our analysis on the weekly time frame. That's when we start to analyze the market, and we identify the direction of bias. Okay, remember my strategy is DLHT. Let me just write it here. Okay, DLE. Okay, DLE. So D stands for directional bias. Okay, this is a higher time frame. Okay, the weekly. Then E is the lower time frame. Confluence. Confluence is what exactly? What are we looking at in the lower time frame? And then 3 is the execution of trades in the 5 minutes or 15 minutes scalping. Okay, so we start with the D, right? The direction of bias, higher time frame bias. So right now we can clearly tell that we are in a bearish trend, which means we are in a downtrend. Okay, that's the higher time frame bias. We are bearish. So in the higher time frame outlook of things, we need to make sure that we are not looking for any longs in a higher time frame. So if you're talking about months, we're talking about weeks, we are not looking for trading years. We are looking for we are very bearish. Okay, but then let's go down now, because we are not long-term traders, we are very short-term traders. Okay, we go now to the daily, and when I zoom in, you can see this uptrend very clearly. Okay, we have been making consistent lower lows, higher lows, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and then we just changed that trend by having this bull market here, and you can see we are almost breaking this highs. We almost formed equal highs. We're almost breaking those highs like that. So now I want us to go now to the 4-hour time frame and introduce my 2 indicators that I feel that are working very well during a trend. Okay, so we have the Madrid ribbon. These are basically moving averages. Okay, these are moving averages. We start from the moving averages 10. If we click here, we're gonna see exactly what the moving averages are. You can see moving average 5 period, 10 period, and if you go down, you're gonna go all the way 15, 20, all the way to 90. Okay, we're gonna go all the way to 85. All right, so these are just mere moving averages. All right, and then the super trend. Okay, the super trend is the one that's giving us signals. You can see this buy signal here. If you go, you can see the sell signal, buy signal. right, like that, right? So right now we received a buy signal on 4th of January. So you can imagine if you got into this market on the 4th of January, how much you would have made all the way through this while, and you will still be in the trade waiting for a sell signal, okay? Or you would have decided, hey, I feel like this point we have already pumped enough, we're already in a very strong zone, so let me take my profits, okay? So probably would have taken some profits right there until we wait for a sell signal to be able now to continue selling. Remember, our high time frame bias is bearish, okay? But when you look at now the 4-hour time frame, which is now the time frame which tells us the mid, okay, the coming weeks or the coming days where the trend is going, we are still very bullish, all right? Because remember, trend changes from lower time frames going upper. So if the lower time frame is starting to change momentum, then it will translate to the higher time frames, okay? So we go further down to the 1-hour time frame, okay? We now know that we are bullish in the coming days and weeks, okay? Because we can see we have a very clear buying signal there from the super trend indicator, and you can see the moving averages are all colored green, which means we are super bullish. So right now, even in the 1-hour time frame, okay, we are still very bullish. We have not received any sell signal. So if we are looking for trades, we should have been looking for longs, and we should have started here, all the way here, and we should have made all this money. Let's look at this percentage. I think it's the same as what we looked at before, okay? If you look at the percentage here from when we got this signal all the way to the all-time high right there, we can see that's a clean 25%, okay? Of course, because the bull market started in 2nd. Remember when we looked at the 27% before on the weekly time frame? Now when we go take a closer look, when the buy signal was made on 4th, we have a clean 25% since then, okay? If you would have caught this trade, that means that you would have surpassed even a lot of hedge funds who trade for a whole year just to make this kind of gains, right? And this is just a 1-month gain. Crazy. And the market is not yet dumping, because you can see we have not yet gotten any sell signal yet, so we are still bullish. So to get into trades, I'll be looking at 15 minutes or even 4 minutes, 5 minutes. But you can see in the 15 minutes you're getting these sell signals. But I want you to understand that we have not yet broken this uptrend yet. Until we break this uptrend downside, that's when we can say, hey, that we are really in a sell. So for these are for scalpers who just like to, you know, scalp the markets more, small gains and get out, small gains and get out. But for me, I prefer, you know, watching at the 1 hour, so that even if I get a sell signal in the 1 hour, okay, if I get sell signal here, at least I'm sure that the next couple of hours you're gonna go short, and then I'm gonna go down or even to the 15 minutes time frame and get a clear short of a clear short position for me to trade. And that's exactly what I'm going to do today going forward, because I only trade on the New York session, and New York session starts at 5 p.m. So right now it's around 12:50. All right, so we still have some more hours to get to the New York session. And you may ask, why am I trading the New York session? Great question. It's because you can see in this the Asian and the London session, normally we don't have so much volume. You can see this dump happened very quickly, right? We got this signal right here. If you would have gotten this sell from the signal when the signal was given right here, you would have made this kind of gains right here very quickly. But now this needs someone who is very active in the markets and trading at a this signal definitely came after this dump here, so it would have gotten there. And if you get a 1:2 trade, that would have been a very nice trade right there, made your profits and you're out, right? But if you're not this fast to get into the market and out, then you wait for a clear confirmation, okay? So when we wait for the New York session, that means that's when the most volatile, that's when there's the most volatility in the market, okay? That's when there's the most volatility in the market. That's why I like trading at that time. So wait until the New York session so that we can see exactly what opportunities we have. But right now we are looking at this 1 hour time frame, and until we get a sell signal here, that's when we can sell. Otherwise we are still very bullish. We are still very bullish with the market. So that's my today analysis. You see, it's a top-down analysis from the weekly time frame. We know the bias higher time frame. We go down, we know now the higher we know the lower time frame confluence, which is basically, you know, what is the super trend telling us, what is the Madrid ribbon telling us, and then from there we can go down to the 5 minutes or 15 minutes to scale down to get our entries. So that's exactly how we analyze the market going forward. Cheers.